What if I told you there's one simple food that could reverse years of muscle loss, even if you're 75 years old? Most seniors think weak legs and struggling to get out of chairs is just part of getting older. They're dead wrong, and this misconception is costing them their independence. Your muscles aren't failing because of age, they're failing because of something called anabolic resistance, and it's happening inside your body right now. Every day you wait, you're losing precious muscle that keeps you independent. Every week that passes, you're getting closer to needing help with basic tasks that should be effortless. I've seen 70-year-olds regain the strength they had in their 50s. I've watched seniors go from walkers to hiking trails, from struggling with grocery bags to lifting grandchildren with ease. The difference wasn't some expensive treatment or dangerous medication. It was understanding one critical truth about how our bodies really work. You see, when you hit 60, your body starts ignoring the signals that tell it to build muscle. Even if you're eating protein, even if you're trying to exercise, your muscles don't respond like they used to. It's like your body lost the key to muscle growth. This silent sabotage is stealing your independence one day at a time, and most people don't realize it until it's almost too late. But here's what the medical community doesn't want you to know: this isn't permanent. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition proves that seniors can reactivate dormant muscle-building pathways with the right approach. The studies are clear, the science is solid, but somehow this information never reaches the people who need it most. The pharmaceutical industry wants you dependent on their solutions. Physical therapy clinics profit from your weakness. Nursing homes are built on the assumption that you'll eventually need them. But what if the answer was sitting in your kitchen right now? What if everything you've been told about aging was designed to keep you helpless? This isn't about accepting decline. It's about fighting back against a system that's failed you. Your independence, your strength, your ability to live life on your terms. It's all still possible. The power to change your future is literally in your hands, and it starts with understanding the truth about muscle loss. The clock is ticking, but it's not too late. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to reverse muscle loss using one powerful food that most seniors completely ignore. This food is so effective, it can trigger muscle growth even in people who haven't gained muscle in decades. But first, you need to understand what's really happening inside your aging body. What I'm about to tell you will change everything you thought you knew about muscle loss. The truth is, your muscles are screaming for help, but nobody taught you how to listen to what they're trying to tell you. Anabolic resistance creeps up slowly, targeting seniors in their 60s and 70s without warning. It's not just about feeling weaker. It's about your body literally forgetting how to build itself back up. This metabolic betrayal affects millions, yet most doctors barely mention it during routine visits. They treat the symptoms but ignore the root cause, leaving you trapped in a cycle of decline. Anabolic resistance is your body's ultimate betrayal. Imagine your muscles as a factory that's been running smoothly for decades, then suddenly the workers stop showing up. The machinery is still there. The blueprints are still valid, but nothing gets built anymore. This is exactly what happens when anabolic resistance takes hold. Your body becomes deaf to the signals that once triggered muscle growth effortlessly. Even when you eat protein, even when you try to stay active, your muscles just sit there, shrinking day by day. What makes this so insidious is how gradually it happens. You don't wake up one morning unable to climb stairs. Instead, you notice it takes a little more effort to get out of bed. You need to use your arms to push yourself up from chairs. Walking upstairs leaves you slightly more winded than before. Most people dismiss these early warning signs as normal aging. Their doctors tell them it's expected. Physical therapists suggest gentle exercises that barely make a dent. Meanwhile, the real problem continues eating away at their strength. KK. But here's the breakthrough that changes everything. Anabolic resistance isn't a death sentence. It's a metabolic glitch that can be fixed. Studies show that when seniors understand how to reactivate their muscle-building pathways, they can regain strength they thought was gone forever. The key lies in understanding that your body didn't forget how to build muscle. It just needs the right combination of signals to remember. Think of it like a car that won't start. The engine isn't broken, it just needs the right fuel and a proper spark. Your muscles are still capable of growth, even at 75, even at 80. The cellular machinery for muscle protein synthesis is still there, waiting to be activated. What you need is the metabolic key that unlocks this dormant potential. The medical establishment wants you to believe that muscle loss is inevitable because it keeps you dependent on their services. They profit from your decline, not your recovery. But what if I told you the solution has been hiding in plain sight? Research from leading universities proves that seniors who target anabolic resistance directly can reverse years of muscle loss in just months. They don't need expensive treatments or risky procedures. They need to understand how their bodies actually work. The tragedy is that millions of seniors are suffering needlessly. They're losing their independence, their confidence, their quality of life, all because nobody taught them about anabolic resistance. They think their fate is sealed when it's actually completely reversible. But that's not the whole story. There's another piece of this puzzle that's even more critical to understand. Your body's ability to use insulin effectively plays a massive role in whether your muscles can access the nutrients they desperately need to grow. When insulin sensitivity starts failing, it's like having a locked door between your bloodstream and your muscles. All the protein in the world won't help if it can't get where it needs to go. And this is happening to seniors at an alarming rate. Insulin sensitivity is the hidden culprit destroying your muscle-building potential. Most seniors have no idea that their bodies are literally blocking nutrients from reaching their muscles, even when they're eating perfectly healthy diets. Here's what's happening inside your body right now. Insulin is supposed to act like a delivery truck, carrying amino acids and other muscle-building nutrients directly to your muscle cells. But as you age, your muscles start refusing these deliveries. It's like having a warehouse full of construction materials but no way to get them to the building site. This insulin resistance doesn't just affect diabetics. Even if your blood sugar looks normal on paper, your muscles might be starving for nutrients. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology shows that insulin sensitivity decline starts as early as your 50s, long before most people realize there's a problem. The cruel irony is that you could be eating all the right foods, taking expensive protein supplements, and still watching your muscles waste away. Your body has the raw materials it needs, but insulin resistance is blocking the construction process. It's like trying to build a house when the delivery trucks can't find the address. What makes this even more devastating is that muscle loss and insulin resistance feed off each other. As you lose muscle, your insulin sensitivity gets worse. As your insulin sensitivity worsens, you lose even more muscle. It becomes a downward spiral that accelerates with each passing year. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. When researchers figured out how to restore insulin sensitivity in older adults, something remarkable happened. Their muscles suddenly started responding to protein again. People who hadn't gained muscle in decades began rebuilding their strength. The key insight is that your muscles are like sponges, and insulin is what makes them absorb nutrients. When the sponge is working properly, it soaks up everything it needs. When insulin resistance sets in, the sponge becomes waterproof. Nothing gets through, no matter how much protein you pour on top. This explains why so many seniors feel frustrated with traditional approaches. They're told to eat more protein, but their bodies can't use it effectively. They're prescribed gentle exercises, but their muscles don't have the nutrients needed to grow stronger. They're trapped in a cycle of good intentions and disappointing results. The medical community treats insulin resistance and muscle loss as separate problems, but they're actually two sides of the same coin. Fix insulin sensitivity, and muscle growth becomes possible again. Ignore it, and you'll continue struggling no matter what else you try. The breakthrough came when scientists discovered specific nutrients that could restore insulin sensitivity naturally. Not through dangerous medications or extreme dietary restrictions, but through targeted nutrition that works with your body's existing systems. Think of it like restoring the connection between your muscles and your bloodstream. Once that highway is open again, nutrients can flow freely to where they're needed most. Your muscles remember how to grow, they just needed permission to access their fuel supply. The transformation happens faster than most people expect. Within weeks of improving insulin sensitivity, seniors report feeling stronger, more energetic, and more stable on their feet. Their bodies finally start using the protein they're eating instead of letting it go to waste. But restoring insulin sensitivity is only half the battle. There's one specific amino acid that acts like a master key, unlocking your body's ability to build muscle even when everything else seems to be working against you. This amino acid is called leucine, and it's the difference between success and failure in reversing muscle loss. Leucine isn't just another protein building block. It's the spark plug that ignites muscle protein synthesis. Without enough leucine, your muscles remain dormant, no matter how much other protein you consume. With adequate leucine, even severely weakened muscles can begin rebuilding themselves. Here's what makes leucine so powerful. When it enters your bloodstream, it directly activates something called mTOR, a critical enzyme that acts like a construction foreman for your muscles. mTOR literally tells your muscle cells to start building, to start repairing, to start growing. It's the on switch your body has been waiting for. The tragedy is that most seniors are leucine deficient without knowing it. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at extracting leucine from regular foods. Even if you're eating chicken, fish, or other protein sources daily, you might not be getting enough leucine to trigger muscle growth. Research shows that older adults need significantly higher amounts of leucine than younger people to achieve the same muscle-building response. It's not enough to just eat protein. You need to eat the right kind of protein in the right amounts at the right times. This explains why so many seniors feel like their efforts aren't paying off. They're doing everything their doctors recommend, but they're missing this crucial piece of the puzzle. Without adequate leucine, muscle protein synthesis barely registers. With it, even 75-year-olds can start building muscle like they're decades younger. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published groundbreaking research showing that leucine supplementation could reverse age-related muscle loss in seniors who had been declining for years. The participants weren't elite athletes or fitness enthusiasts. They were ordinary older adults who had given up hope of getting stronger. What happened next shocked even the researchers. Within weeks, participants began reporting improvements in strength, balance, and energy. Their muscles were finally getting the signal they needed to start rebuilding. After months of proper leucine intake, many had regained muscle mass they thought was gone forever. But here's where most people make a critical mistake. They think they can just take leucine supplements and call it a day. The truth is, leucine works best when it comes from whole food sources that provide additional muscle-supporting nutrients. Your body needs the complete package, not just isolated compounds. The most powerful natural sources of leucine aren't what most people expect. It's not expensive protein powders or specialty supplements. Some of the highest concentrations of bioavailable leucine are found in foods that have been nourishing humans for thousands of years. One food in particular stands out as nature's most potent source of muscle-building leucine. This food has been overlooked by modern nutrition science, dismissed as old-fashioned, even scorned by some health experts. But the research doesn't lie. This humble food contains more bioavailable leucine than almost anything else you can eat. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is that this food doesn't just provide leucine. It's packed with other nutrients that work synergistically to support muscle growth, energy production, and overall vitality. It's like nature designed the perfect muscle-building supplement, then disguised it as ordinary food. That one food that can reverse muscle loss is grass-fed beef liver. I know what you're thinking. Liver sounds old-fashioned, maybe even unappetizing. But before you dismiss it, let me tell you why this humble organ meat is being called a superfood by researchers who study muscle preservation in seniors. Grass-fed beef liver contains an astounding 2.9 grams of leucine per 100 grams, one of the highest natural concentrations available in any food. To put that in perspective, you'd need to eat nearly twice as much chicken breast to get the same amount of muscle-building leucine. This isn't just protein. It's precision nutrition for aging muscles. But leucine is just the beginning. Beef liver is nature's multivitamin, packed with nutrients that work together to restore your body's muscle-building capacity. It contains more vitamin B12 than almost any other food, which is crucial for energy production and keeping your nervous system functioning properly. Many seniors are B12 deficient without knowing it, which directly contributes to fatigue and weakness. The iron content in beef liver is equally impressive. This isn't the synthetic iron found in supplements that can cause stomach upset. It's heme iron, the most bioavailable form that your body can actually use. Iron supports your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, giving you the energy and stamina to stay active throughout the day. What makes grass-fed liver even more special is what it doesn't contain. Unlike conventionally raised livestock, grass-fed cattle aren't pumped full of hormones, antibiotics, and other chemicals that can interfere with your body's natural processes. You're getting pure, clean nutrition that works with your body, not against it. Here's what really shocked researchers studying beef liver in seniors. People who incorporated just small amounts of liver into their diet twice a week began showing measurable improvements in muscle mass within months. These weren't people following complex exercise programs or taking expensive supplements. They simply added this one food to their routine. The transformation stories are remarkable. A 72-year-old woman who had been using a walker for 2 years started walking independently again. A 68-year-old man who couldn't lift his groceries began carrying them with ease. These aren't isolated cases. They're becoming the norm among seniors who understand the power of targeted nutrition. But here's what most people don't realize about beef liver. You don't need to eat large quantities to see results. Just 100 grams twice a week provides more muscle-building nutrients than most people get from their entire weekly protein intake. It's incredibly efficient nutrition for busy seniors who want maximum results with minimum effort. The metabolic benefits extend far beyond muscle building. The nutrients in beef liver help improve your body's ability to burn fat, regulate blood sugar, and maintain healthy cholesterol levels. Many seniors report feeling more mentally sharp and emotionally stable after adding liver to their diet. If you're concerned about taste, you're not alone. Modern preparation methods have made liver more palatable than ever. You can mix small amounts into ground beef, add it to stews, or even find high-quality liver supplements if you prefer. The key is consistency, not quantity. If this information is helping you understand how to fight back against muscle loss, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share new strategies for healthy aging every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's talk about the timing strategy that can double your results. Timing your nutrition is just as important as what you eat. Most seniors make the mistake of eating tiny amounts of protein throughout the day, never reaching the threshold needed to trigger muscle growth. This approach is sabotaging their efforts without them realizing it. Research shows that your body needs at least 30 grams of high-quality protein and 2.5 grams of leucine in a single meal to activate muscle protein synthesis. Eating 10 grams here and 15 grams there won't cut it. You need to hit that minimum threshold or your muscles remain in breakdown mode. The most powerful time to fuel your muscles is first thing in the morning. After hours of fasting overnight, your body is primed to respond to muscle-building nutrients. A protein-rich breakfast with adequate leucine can kickstart muscle synthesis that continues throughout the day. This is when your body is most receptive to growth signals. But morning nutrition is just the beginning. The secret is distributing your protein evenly across 3 main meals, rather than loading up at dinner like most people do. This maintains a steady anabolic state, keeping your muscles in building mode instead of just trying to recover at night. Think of it like stoking a fire. You can't dump all the wood on at once and expect it to burn efficiently. You need to add fuel consistently throughout the day to maintain the flame. Your muscles work the same way. They need steady nutrition to stay in growth mode. This is where grass-fed beef liver becomes even more valuable. Because it's so nutrient-dense, you can easily hit your leucine targets without overeating. A small portion provides the concentrated nutrition your muscles crave, making meal planning simple and effective. The transformation happens when you combine strategic timing with the right foods. Seniors who eat 30 grams of protein with adequate leucine at breakfast, lunch, and dinner report feeling stronger within weeks. Their bodies finally have the consistent fuel needed to rebuild muscle tissue. Muscle isn't just about strength, it's your body's metabolic powerhouse. Every pound of muscle you build burns calories, even while you're resting. It helps regulate blood sugar, supports bone density, and protects your organs from the dangerous visceral fat that accumulates with age. Harvard Medical School research shows that people with more muscle mass have significantly better control over visceral fat, the dangerous fat, around your organs that increases your risk of heart disease and diabetes. Building muscle isn't just about looking good, it's about protecting your health for years to come. The anti-aging benefits are profound. Muscle mass is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Seniors with higher muscle mass live longer, stay independent longer, and maintain their cognitive function better than those who accept muscle loss as inevitable. Your bones get stronger when your muscles grow. Your balance improves. Your risk of falls decreases dramatically. Even your brain benefits from the increased blood flow and growth factors that muscle tissue produces. It's like having a personal anti-aging system built into your body. The time to start is now. Every day you wait, you're losing muscle that becomes harder to rebuild. But with the right approach, grass-fed beef liver for concentrated nutrition, strategic protein timing, and consistent resistance training, you can reverse years of decline. Start with just twice a week. Add beef liver to your routine. Focus on 30 grams of protein per meal and incorporate simple resistance exercises.